What's up, everybody? This is Target Individual CJBK. So, the last 5 hours have been the most, well, probably, let me see. No, it's been longer than that. Um, yeah, I don't know if y'all seen my last video, but, the perps, they basically, the original perps, they basically realized they couldn't control me on their own, so they basically had got several people to basically get all of their signals, all of their frequencies to focus on me, and then that created like this ultimate clench on this muscle on the back of my neck, right? So I was trying to do everything that I could to see if I can, alleviate the pain or alleviate the frequencies and things of that sort, but kind of almost to no avail. But while I was, I tried to do a detox bath, but I think that only helped mildly. I don't even know if it helped at all. So basically, what happened after that, it just went completely left. So my cousin was here, right? And then there was a representative for a New York home health aid, right? And then they came and they were going over the consent form with my mother. And you know what? This is probably my fault because I probably should have been there with her while she was going over the consent form. She was arguing with the guy. I didn't even get a chance to read the consent form, but because I was so busy trying to, you know, alleviate the frequencies on the back of my neck, and all I kept hearing was her hollering and fussing. The guy looked like he was just getting frustrated, more and more frustrated, because, he wasn't. I don't know. And the sad part was, a part of me was like, I don't think my mother's fit to try to even really do this on her own, because she needs a home health aide, at least for the most part. At least someone to check in every once in a while so then I can go back to work. Yeah, sorry, I got a phone call, but yeah, so you know, while she was in the living room, talking with the representative of the home health aid, home health care, he was trying to get her to, sign a consent form. And I basically, you know, I wasn't sitting with her while, I wasn't sitting with her. My cousin was, but I kind of figured, maybe she might be okay to actually, have that conversation and look over documents and stuff. But then when I started to hear her, fussing and yelling, that's when I came into the living room and I was just like, what's going on? And then um, I wanted to try to read it myself, but she wouldn't let me read it. She wouldn't let me read it because she felt like, because she studied law books and things of that sort, she knows, she's like, she knows it all, I guess. And me have been with her for the last few days after she came out the hospital. I already knew that her mind wasn't the same, but at the same time, we also talking about um, electronic harassment using frequencies to basically, cause damage to the brain, right? You know, so, you know, and then remember, like I was telling you, like when she came back, she just had this she when she came back that Sunday, she was all right. She got in the bed and stuff, but then the perps, they big, you see the videos you see the videos where I've been finding the unknown carrier towers like right in her bedroom. So it's like I'm already aware that they were plotting on her brain. They were plotting on her mind. um and then next thing you know, she when she woke up that Monday, she just had this weird thing in her head, like she had like an agenda that you know she needed to find some type of like answers or whatever inside of the Bible. It was Matthew 12 verse 30 through 32, and she just kept rereading and rereading and rereading, trying to see if she can find some answer to a case that's not open, whatever the case. And then the part that gets me, this is when I knew something was wrong. She basically kept thinking that two words were misspelled in the Bible. It was I think it was in verse 31. It says it was, the two words were gathereth and what was it? Gathereth and the other one. But either way, both words ended with ETH, and she kept locking herself down in the bathtub. She wouldn't leave the bathtub, just constantly saying, I can't leave the tub until I finish this. I have to, I have to find the answer. The answer is right here. I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue, but it's right here. And I was just like, this is not making no sense. But I was just letting her just do her as long as she was, calm or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, the home health aide guy, he was trying to get her to, fill out this, consent form, and I wanted to read it, but she wouldn't let me read it because she was like, "No, I know the law. You don't know the law." So I was just like, my instinct was just to tell the home health guy, I was like, "Look, today is not a good day because her mind hasn't been the same since she came back home from the hospital." But her mind hasn't been the same even for a few days while she was in the hospital. you know and then she had stories about like this male nurse was like cutting her with a razor blade, and somebody was putting salt in her food, and my mother has high blood pressure. So like I said, we talking about gang stalking here, secret societies and stuff like that. So um I already know these perps, they gonna try to come with everything they got, um because the original four, they couldn't take me on their own, so they got reinforcements. you know then what you call it so after that, um after we just she just kept yelling at the guy like, "Oh, I refuse to sign. I refuse to sign." I'm like, "Mom, but you need a home health aide because, I'm trying to go back to work, but you're not necessarily ready to be home, by yourself yet." But she wouldn't sign the consent form or let me read it. You know. Uh, oh, I need to give him back his phone. Right, because she also took my phone from me because after after I was trying to convince her to sign the form, so then she could get a home health aide. She took my phone because she believed I was trying to kill her, because she was like, they no, it was like, because she said, see, she didn't let me read it though, because she was saying something about, in the form it said, "Do you have any beneficiaries?" And then, she was like, the guy said, "Just put no to everything." And then I'm thinking to myself, I have to read it myself so then I can know if it was true, because knowing what my mother has been going through for the last few days, she hasn't been right. Like, and when you know about targeted individuals, you know about the gang stalking, you know about the effects of microwave frequencies on the mind, especially when you get about her age, 73 years old. Um, they basically just sped the process up. They just sped it up, So, boom, we took the guy. I walked the guy out, and I was just like, you know, um, I mean, it was tough though. It was tough because she was just like, I can't believe you was gonna let them give my money away. If I signed that consent form, they was gonna take my money and give it back to her insurer or whatever. But I was like, Mom, that's not what's happening. You didn't even let me read it, and I'm like, I'm the one that's taking care of her, but she wouldn't let me read it. But I guess the thing is like, you know when you're the son or the daughter um of a my mother, she's very, very strong minded. When she's always been very opinionated, very strong minded, always did a lot of reading and stuff like that. But ever since she went in the hospital, she ain't never been the same. So um at that point, I was trying to see if I could call my sister to let her know about the situation and stuff like that. But next thing you know, she kept like grabbing at me, like, give me, I'm trying to take my phone. So I didn't want her to get her blood pressure up. So I basically gave her my phone. I didn't want her to get riled up. So next thing you know, she was just basically just hell bent on this idea that, I was trying to kill her. Or, not just I was trying to kill her, but, she was hell bent on this idea that I was trying to give her money away or whatever. And, you know, she keeps saying stuff like, she was saying stuff like how two of my cousins, one of them, works in legal stuff, another one works in the medical field. And she was like, those were my two rocks. They did everything for me. I was like, my two children ain't doing, and y'all trying to kill me. So I'm already aware of what's happening to her. I've been trying to warn her of these things for months, and I was trying to see if I could teach her what I know about it. Because what I've been able to do is I've been able to, fend off as much as the, electronic harassment as possible. But yeah, and I hit him now. He's like, see, he don't know nothing about secret society. So, but you know, so I'm like, at some point, I try to see if I could find another phone. Next thing you know, she went around the house and just grabbed all the phones. She just grabs all the phones, and she's like, I don't trust you. You trying to kill me? Da da da. Then you try to have me, right? You trying to kill me, and you trying to get my money away. So I was just like, I don't know. This is getting kind of scary at this point because I was like, she needs like psychological help. Like she really needs psychological help, and I wanted to see if I could, I went over to my cousin's house to see if I could get adult protective services, but I couldn't get them on the phone. So then I called 911 to see if I could get the EMS to take her to a hospital so then she can get an evaluation. But yeah, what transpired after that probably made it worse because the EMS wasn't the first people to show up. And you know what? Not for nothing. Being a targeted individual, I should have known better. Being a targeted individual and being, somebody black living in the hood, really, the cops were the first people to show up, and it was like four. It was like four cops. They showed up first, and then when I was walking back to the building from my cousin's house, I had his, he gave me an extra phone for me to use. When I came back, that's when I seen the EMS pull up. So I was, I think, the cops had called my phone, or the phone I was using, so I'm explaining the story to them. I'm explaining the story to the EMS. Long story short, we're all in the room, and she's like showing them that, like, look, I could walk, I'm fine, da da da. And I'm like, yeah, that's after all the work that I helped you, get to that point. Because when she came in, she couldn't walk by herself for nothing. She wasn't eating. And on top of that, she refused to eat, that Monday because she felt like the only thing she needed to do was just sit in that tub and just keep reading them 3 verses in the Bible over and over. And she kept rewriting everything. Oh, gotta make sure I get that book too, because she just kept rewriting the verses over and over and over again. And you know, and like I said, she had locked herself, well, not really locked herself, but she wouldn't refuse to leave the bathtub for hours. I'm telling you, like she had gotten the tub around like 3:30 in the afternoon and refused to get out the tub, refused to eat. She stayed in the tub till damn near like 4:15, 4:20 in the morning, you know. And then when I had came back, when I came to go and check on her, she was asleep in the tub with no water. She was asleep in the tub with no water. So then when I woke up, I finally convinced her to, you know, to go come to the bed. Then she started saying this weird stuff about um putting fish scales up the nose and put the tongue on the side. I don't know. It sounded like she was going over like I don't know, like a half dream or something in her head, and then I put her in the bed, and that's when you see the video where I show you the unknown carrier cell tower in her bedroom while she was sleeping, in the bed. So yeah, so the cops and EMS came. She was telling them about how in the hospital. See, and this is the part where I kind of feel off about, because while she was in the hospital, remember we're talking, they diagnosed her with COVID, so at that point you can't necessarily go to the hospital to see her. They called me and told me that she keeps saying that she doesn't want to be resuscitated. She doesn't want to be resuscitated. So I'm thinking to myself, well, I can't go there to confirm it. So I thought to myself, um, damn, I don't wanna go against her. I don't wanna go against, her word or anything. So I agreed, But at the same time, I'm not even really sure if that was the truth or not, because you know what? When you're a target, almost everything could be, skeptical, really. So, but anyway, so she was telling the cops, yeah, my son done got a DNR on me when I was in the hospital. And I'm like, the hospital called me and said that she was doing it. Like, and I couldn't go there to confirm. I couldn't go there to see her to confirm that's what they were saying, you know. But anyway, so yeah, the cops and EMS was basically saying, well, she doesn't seem like she's gonna hurt anyone or hurt herself, so we're just basically, we don't see a reason to take her anywhere, So they basically left her here. So now I'm at the point where, she didn't give me my phone back till like almost like two hours later. Now she believes that, she doesn't trust to, sleep in the same apartment with me because she thinks I'm gonna kill her in her sleep or something. So yeah, the perps, they did exactly what they want. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They turned my mother against me. They basically um, deteriorated her mind enough. And then here's the thing, though. I'm not the only one that she was sounding very, very off to. Several people spoke to her while she was home, and everyone could probably confirm that she did not sound like her normal self. So yeah, so I already know, this is basically next level Gangstalking, you know. they basically put all their frequencies on my head to, make this incredibly strong, pain on the back of my neck. You know, it's still tense right now, so I'm pretty sure there's still more frequencies to come. You know, and then yeah, I don't even know right now. So I think I'm probably at the point where I might have to move out. Uh, they done see, and then now here's the part that worries me the most is she really believes that she needs to, continue doing this reading thing with the Bible, and then try to see if she can continue on with this case that she been won years ago. And you know what? The thing that worries me the most is that she's gonna go in front of other people, like go in front of lawyers or go in front of judges and stuff, and then they're basically going to make a worse judgment of her mental health once she gets in front of them. Then they're really going to get her committed. See, me, I was trying to see if I could. I was trying to see if I can basically. I was trying to see if I could basically, get her some help before it gets to that point to where, she's trying to, get in front of a judge and lawyers and stuff like that. But oh, because what she's saying, the things she's saying, it doesn't make sense to me, and it doesn't make sense to everybody else she tells it to. You know, so yeah. At the end of the day, I can only control me. And I already know the stories of hundreds and thousands of TIs, and I already know how they work. I already know what they're capable of. They're constantly telling me, we got a setup coming for you. So either way, they're probably going to find some way to get me locked up, or they're probably going to find some way to get me killed, or they're probably going to find some way to, probably further destroy my nervous system so then I can't walk or some shit like that. Who knows? So, but I'm just putting it in God's hand. I gotta be a master of protecting my peace at the end of the day. Um, as you can hear, like I got something on my head, but I don't know how much of it is really blocking or anything like that. So, yeah, I just had to definitely do this video because my whole channel is basically a story, basically stories or storytelling and everything, and every video always relates to the last video some way, shape, or form. So, yeah, like I said, if you don't hear from me in over like 7 days or so, just know I already told you what probably happened to me. You know, I either got locked up, I either got um, hell, probably kidnapped, or I probably ended up or I probably ended up either in a hospital or ended up dead somehow. So, hey, as always, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.